Welcome back to Pocono, where Mario Andretti is leading the Quaker State 500. It is Andretti in first place. Danny Sullivan is right behind him in second, and then it's Bobby Rahal, and then the Unsers, Little Al and Big Al. And Mario really running well.
Yes, he's asserted himself. He's pushed very hard. He's up front. His car is handling extremely well, and he's able to do anything he wants to.
Coming under Dick Simon here.
Oh, they come together.
Go to the wall.
Oh, what a hard crash.
And Danny Sullivan behind him also goes into the wall.
That was extremely brutal. The car is stopped. Mario's car is really disconnected, you might say. The engine cover's off. It's broken in half, it appears. Neither one of the drivers are getting out of their car very rapidly. There we saw Danny Sullivan's car parked backwards into the fence. Mario's still not moving.
And that's the first thing you look for in an accident, if the driver is at least trying to get out of the car.
Track safety crews are arriving on the scene, but Mario still has moved. Sullivan there is getting out of his car, so
he appears to be all right.
He's okay, and he's headed over to Mario to make sure that there's nothing serious wrong there. Sullivan bending over, talking. He's waving to the Horton safety team to hurry up and get over there, and then Simon is still in his car. He wasn't able to get out either. Talking with Simon, probably unhooking the belts, making sure he can be moved.
That is Danny Sullivan's car, and he's out of that.
Fence very hard.
Yeah. And Mario has had bad luck here at this racetrack last year when he was running near the front. It was lap 93. And he lost it at the bottom of turn 1, and it took him all the way up to the wall.
Yes, there you see him down very low onto that lime they had on the first turn. He spins the car, slams into the wall very hard, tearing the side of the car off, and he had, as I recall, a shoulder separation, which is very painful.
Still bothering him a little this year.
Yes.
Now Dick Simon is up. He is the oldest driver in the field at age 54. Both of his cars now are out. The other one driven by Ari Landijk earlier. Ari, by the way, has been taken to Wilkes-Barre Hospital for further observation. And now they're motioning. They may need the jaws of life to get.
Yeah, there's the equipment. The other unit is coming up, and they carry the jaws of life to try to be able to spread things apart and move metal to get him out. There's Dick Simon being administered to. And there's Carl Haas, Mario's car owner, who is obviously quite concerned with Mario's safety and disappointed at being out of the race.
So we are, of course, under the yellow here against the wall. Dick Simon, Mario Andretti, and Danny Sullivan. And right now, Sally Larvick has got Mario's son, Michael. They're the pits. Let's go down and join her. Sally?
Mike, what have you heard about your father? I know you were standing there listening intently to what was going on. What did you hear?
Well, he was...
He's listening now to make sure that his dad is okay. Okay. He's listening right now. We're not sure who he's talking to. He's making sure that his father is okay. We'll wait with him. Very concerned here in the Andretti pit. Mike, what's the story? Were you talking to your dad? How is he?
Well, I didn't talk to him, but he's all right. I think he's all right from what I hear. They said he was pinned in for a moment, but he said he's okay.
Have you heard anything about the accident itself as to what happened?
I heard Simon did something, crashed, and I guess they got involved with it, him and Sullivan, so I don't know. Well,
good news, your dad is up and walking around?
Yeah.
Okay. Disappointed Michael and also the Andretti pit. Throw it back to you, Charlie.
All right, now this is Danny Sullivan who is up and walking about as he heads back, but Mario is out of the car now, but he's not up and about. They're putting him on the stretcher, and they'll be taking him to the infield hospital, I'm sure, right now. Meanwhile, Gary Gerald is with Danny Sullivan, and let's go down and join them.
Well, here's Danny Sullivan, who's made a long walk back away from the scene. What happened, Danny? You obviously appear to be physically all right.
Well, I'm okay. Mario tried to go in underneath Dick Simon going into 3. From where I was sitting, I just thought it was a pretty standard pass. He looked like he was there, and he went in. And, I'm not 100% clear because I'm, 200 yards away from it, but it looked like Dick just came down. They tangled, put Mario in the grass. He spun, took him up, and he whacked the wall pretty hard, destroyed all the right side of the car. And when all the smoke and everything came, I was in there too hot and had to get on the brakes and just got the car crossed up and backed it into the fence.
So you become a victim on a day when it looked like you had a good shot at winning your second straight 500 miler.
Yeah, we were looking, just strong. You know, I didn't care really about Mario's position at this stage. I was just sitting right there waiting. You know, just okay, I'll bide my time and hold second place right now and running a pretty comfortable pace, and this something stupid like this happens.
Thank you for your time, Danny.
Thank you.
Mario now being placed in the ambulance, and he'll be taken to the infield hospital, and we'll try and get a report on that as soon as possible. Meanwhile, Sally Larvick is with Dick Simon. Let's go down and join them. Sally?
I'm at the track hospital where they just have brought Mario Andretti. We'll get a report on him later on. In the meantime, we have Dick Simon, and Dick has been standing outside and been talking to family members of Mario Andretti. Dick, what happened out there?
Well, actually, Sally, my car was handling pretty good in 1 and 2, but we were laps down, actually, from having a water pump break off earlier, and we fixed it. We were running pretty fairly well, except in turn 3, I couldn't run the outside groove, and I had been watching, but I just flat didn't see Mario come underneath me. So I figure it was my fault.
You cut him off?
I believe I cut him off, and I just didn't see him there.
You were talking to family members back there. What were you telling them? What were you telling Michael Andretti?
Well, I was telling Michael that Mario looked all right to me. I talked with Mario while he was still in the car, and he was okay, except for his shoulder was sore. Of course, he crashed earlier, this season and hurt that shoulder. But I think he's fine. He looked up at me and said everything was okay.
How are you feeling?
Well, I'm very sick to my stomach because Mario was running very strong, and so was Danny. And for me, who was running some laps down, to be part of the cause of that situation, which I totally take the blame for, I feel very sick inside. We lost the car totally, and Mario lost his car totally as well.
Dick Simon, a gentleman all the way. Thank you, Dick. Back to you, Charlie.
Thank you, Sally, and we'll be back with more racing and a report on Mario Andretti in just a moment.